What's going on, everybody? MAGA Jesse here, live in Hutchinson for the supposed Tim Walz campaign event. But unfortunately, they locked us out, and Tim Walz isn't going to show up, even though he has been promising for months and months and months that he was going to show up and talk with the people. But unfortunately, he's nowhere to be found. His campaign staffer or volunteer, I feel bad for her. She has to keep turning people away because Tim Walz isn't going to show up. And what's the big reason for Tim Walz not showing up? It's because of the news that has come out. The biggest scandal of his administration, the Feeding Our Future scam group that was taking tax dollars, supposedly giving it to children to eat, but unfortunately that's not the case. They were lining their own pockets. Tim Walz tried to gaslight us and blame the judge, saying that the judge forced him to continue the payments. But Judge John Guthman put out an unprecedented statement that said that that was not the truth. And that's because he had to put out that statement because Tim Walz is a huge liar. He's lying to the people. He's running the biggest scam that we've seen in Minnesota for a very long time. And there's not many people here that were showing up for him anyway. But what I can tell you is there's quite a few number of protesters that are here against Tim Walz. And let's go chat with some of them and see why they're so upset. All right, guys, we're out here at the supposed Tim Walz campaign event. And who am I here with?
Reese Seafelt.
All right, Reese, and where are you from?
Hutchinson.
All right, good to hear. So Tim Walz was going to make an appearance right here in your hometown, and he no-showed. What do you think? What do you think's the reason for that?
I think he's just scared to face us out here, you know. He thinks he's the only one that's surprised the 494 fence corridor area, and there's the rest of the Minnesota area. So I think that's what the whole problem is. He thinks that the rest of the state, the rocks and cows area, don't include in his agenda. So.
Yep. So what personally, in the last couple of years here, what has made you so upset about Tim Walz?
Well, just for him shutting our churches down, small businesses. What authority does he have? I don't think he knows the Constitution, period. I don't know if he's even read it, to be honest. The First Amendment, the Second Amendments, and all that stuff. When you start shutting down small businesses, that's what this whole country strives on, you know, and the First Amendment, you know. So a lot of that stuff, too. Even now, kids are having a hard time going to college for being a nurse. Because they have to have the vaccine, no questions asked, no religious exemptions, no exemptions are accepted, period. And that's wrong.
Right. Jesse here, and who am I with?
I'm Taylor Olmstead.
All right, good to be with you, Taylor. And tell me, why did you show up today to the supposed Tim Walz campaign event?
You know, I believe in a future of Minnesota. And quite honestly, Walz has not only failed us, he has let the entire state down. He has pushed an agenda that is not for Minnesota, it's not for America. And quite frankly, I am fed up with it.
Exactly. So tell me some of the things that have personally upset you within the Walz administration. Is it the lockdowns? Is it the mandates? Is it the mask mandates and vaccine mandates? What's going on?
It is definitely the lockdowns. And being a high schooler at the time when COVID hit and stuff, it was hard. Like, I left Hutchinson High School because I'm like, I can't do this. I can't wear the mask every day. I can't switch from online to back in person real quick, and then to try to tell us that we need to get vaccinated to go to school. I'm not going to put up with that. It's my choice in life.
Alrighty, we're here at the supposed Tim Walz campaign event, and who am I here with?
I'm Danny Olmstead.
Nice to meet you, Daniel Olmstead. And tell me, what brings you out here? Why are you protesting Tim Walz, and what has he done that has upset you so much?
I think Tim Walz did a great job of failing our kids, along with failing us, and he's the reason why I've decided to run for school board as part of it, because we need to get a grip on our local school level and make sure that they don't continue to try to push stuff down from the state level that shouldn't be here.
The school board, is that the best opportunity to take our schools back?
It's where we got to start. If we don't go there, then honestly, they're gonna, if they take that, they take everything, you know. So yeah, we have to start there, because that also gives us the opportunity to reach kids and their parents, because a lot of it comes from your homes as well.
All right, everybody, well, that wraps up things here. Tim Walz didn't even show up to his own campaign event. And as we talk to the people, we understand that people are upset between the failing schools, the lockdowns, the mandates, and this Feeding Our Future scam organization that has just been uncovered. People are upset. They understand that Walz failed, and that's why he won't even show up to his own campaign event here in Hutchinson. This is MAGA Jesse, signing off.